Well, hello and welcome everybody. Ready replay back at it again. Back at it again. Minnesota Vikings football is online, live, and on the air all across the SSN, and this team is sitting at 3-1 with a 1-game lead in the division, losing only to the undefeated team in the NFC, Atlanta Falcons, in a game that just didn't go our way. Nine interceptions for the rookie quarterback, and just a bad effort. So we appreciate that. The time given last week as well to the Falcons owner, and wishing the best for the rest of the season. Looks like they're off to a pretty good start. They're now 4-0. But Minnesota now plays the Los Angeles Chargers, team that we have struggled with in the history of these franchises, including a Super Bowl trip, and just can't seem to get their number, and they always seem to have ours. So we'll see if we can rewrite history here this afternoon. Looking at the injury report like we always do, that is not what I wanted. Can we go back? Oh, we can always go back. Looking at the injury report, as we always do, Brian O'Neill with an ab tear, second stint of being out here in the last 2 seasons. He'll be out for 3 more weeks, putting him out until the trade deadline. Might be something to look at. He is a pretty serviceable right tackle, just can't stay healthy. And for the Chargers, Drew Tranquill, dislocated elbow, he's still out for 3, and then their right tackle is out as well with an ab tear. Kind of suspicious. He's out 3 more weeks as well. So a couple pieces missing over there on the Chargers side as well. We also have some news to report. If we take a look at the schedule, we take a look at the team's schedule, and one of the teams that we follow in the Buffalo Bills got their first win last week. Oh, Nelly, and a nail biter, 31-48 against the Eagles, and you love to see it. You just do. And then they were involved in another nail biter against the Broncos, and just didn't go their way. So they got a bye week. They can regroup. Just shy of the trade deadline in a couple weeks here. It's going to go by quick. See what they want to do as well as Minnesota. And then, of course, we mentioned Atlanta off to a big start. Look at the score of that one, top right of your screen, 90-20 against our division rival Detroit Lions. Jeez. We take a look at the schedule for them. I do actually want to go into the box score and take a look at some of these player stats if we could real quick, as we do follow all these teams. So Bryce Young, 266, 2-1. Jordan Love, 395. So both quarterbacks having a heck of a day rushing. Similar to our game, Corum and Algier. Good days there. Randall Cobb, 4 wide receivers with over 100 yards. My goodness, Corum with 2 touchdowns in that one. And Randall Cobb, the aging veteran, still getting it done here in the NFL. My heavens. Then we take a look at the defense. 5 sacks rather, and then a couple interceptions, Landon Collins and Jeremy Chin. So we didn't like the Falcons last week because they beat us 51-36, but we love them this week because they made us that much more ahead in the division, especially if we get a win today. But that's what we have to look at. We have to look at today and what is in front of us. A Chargers team that, oh boy, I mean, it is rough at times here. So, yeah, we're going to get you out to kickoff. I do believe that is all we wanted to cover. Minnesota enters this game number 1 offense in the NFL against the number 11 offense in the Chargers and the last ranked defense in the NFL. So there you have it. We are his second in takeaways and second in sacks though. So, yeah, player to watch out for on their side, Derwin James, the safety. He's got 1 pass deflection, 28 tackles, and 1 pick, as you see. And for Anthony Richardson, it's all about forgetting about the 9 picks that he threw last week and getting a better grip on this one. Hopefully he can do that. Minnesota Vikings football just around the corner. And hello and welcome back. 3-1 Kevin O'Connell, 2023-2024 Minnesota Vikings. And there he is, Anthony Richardson. 3 touchdowns, 9 picks. I don't think that is correct. Maybe that was last week. We're not sure, but he does have over 10 touchdowns on the year. I'm pretty sure that was last week's numbers. As Old Glory flies, we get you ready for week number 5. Hey, that kind of rhymed. Moments ago, boo, Chargers come out onto the field. It's finally good to play them here. We mostly play them on the road, and they take care of business. We're got a different team this time, though, so we'll see if we can make good on that. For the Vikings, it's Anthony Richardson bouncing back after his first really, really bad game. And JJ, of course, keep doing what you're doing. Cook, keep cooking. And this is a tough defense coming in here. Getting 11 sacks, 10 picks on the season. Averaging just a 54.3% completion percentage to opposing quarterbacks. That's a lot of P's there. And both teams seem to be ready. Chargers have won the toss. They will get the ball first, giving it to their all-star quarterback, Justin Herbert. And as we get you ready, Jarrett will be standing in the end zone. Hopefully we call a Joey Slide touchback here to begin week number 5. Joey Sly's right foot, kaboom, into this one. It's going to go deep. And another touchback for the Vikings. And out trots the Justin Herbert we mentioned a little bit ago. Get his numbers on the season here. 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 picks on the year. So, my heavens. Good offense here. We'll see what they want to do. And we don't have Vikings fan line access for this one. We'll try and get it back next week. I formation for the Chargers. They will come out. It is a play action. Herbert throws left side, caught, and a first down and more, so not a good start. As Herbert will complete it to Mason for 21 yards. First play from scrimmage. Jordan Hicks out there now. Of course, we talked about that as well. Another completion across the middle. Keenan Allen, rather. Another big gainer. And we talked about that. Troy Dye getting majority of the snaps. Jordan Hicks is out here again. Throw left side, out of bounds. And they're going to call that. Keenan Allen. We'll get another look at this. We'll get another look. He looked to be out. So from the Vikings logo. Yeah, look, his foot's out. Maybe he drugged that last one, but it looks to be out to me. Hard to tell. Right in front of Kevin O'Connell, he does have that option to throw the flag. I mean, that heel's out no matter what. That is exactly what Minnesota will do. They're challenging here early. Trying to make a statement. And we'll take a look at this one. That heel was out. Even before he caught the ball, the left heel. Out, catch, drag, it doesn't matter. Left heel's out. So this hopefully will be reversed, and Minnesota will face a 2nd and 10 defensively. Here comes the call.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the ruling on the field is reversed. We kind of knew that before everybody else did. We have access to those things in Minnesota. Now faces a 2nd and 10. There is Zadarius stopping Eckler for a 1-yard loss. And now Minnesota. 3rd down. Caught in a weird defense. Switching pieces around here. Herbert, empty setback. Looks middle. Throws left. Wide open. Keenan Allen down. Incomplete. He goes out of bounds before he catches it. Back-to-back plays, it looks like. Or 2 plays on this drive. And in a zone coverage. You got 2 guys on the slot receiver, and Keenan Allen gets out. But he's just out of bounds. Makes a little jump cut, and turns out to not be a good decision. So now a long field goal attempt for the Chargers. The snap, the spot, the kick is away. It is no good. Wide left. Almost looked not even long enough. Ooh. Could have gone either way. So we saw his stats from last week in the pregame. We will get his season stats if you all want it after the game. 13:26 left to go. First drive for these Vikings is Dalvin Cook loose off to the right side. Carries the defender up to the 36. 18 from Dalvin. And you hear the Baru, first down Minnesota. So Dalvin having a heck of a season. Had a really good one last year. That was really close to, yeah, Harrison Smith came really close to running into the kicker there. That would have been a scary situation for sure. We got some chats coming in. Nick Muse, 3rd string tight end, motioning to the left. TJ Hawkinson out there as well, 2 tight ends, and Dalvin will get nothing here. 2nd carry of the day. So the single back's it. Still for the Vikings. They will motion TJ Hawkinson to the left side of the formation. Is a play action. And Richardson takes it to the right. Gets hit. Gets 3 yards. Maybe looking at JJ. Who knows? And that'll be 3rd and 7. Play kind of broke down and he didn't want to take the shot there, so we go on. Just under 12 minutes left to go here in the first. From the 33, Richardson gets the snap. He's got a man to the left. It's Thielen, and he gets gang tackled. And Robert Scott Jr. goes down, holding his left shoulder. His arm appears to be bothering him, and now we don't have a right tackle. So both right tackles for the moment are out. Oh no, he is going to the back. So the rookie Scott Jr. will head to the back. He gets an applause from the crowd, and out comes Joey Sly to make it a 3-0 affair. Joey Sly struggling. Snap, spot, kick. Goes good. So Minnesota grabs the lead here. And Malik Willis getting his first holds in the NFL. A bruised shoulder will return soon. Spiller will be the running back. Now Minnesota. Herbert, shotgun, throws left, wide open, feet down, touchdown. That is Joshua Palmer. Nobody on him, wide open. Appears to be in. Take a look at those heels. Yeah. Well, they get that one right. And Kevin O'Connell, there's a booth review. And they want to make sure.
The previous play is under review.
It is a scoring play. I mean, the heels appeared in. They just want to make sure. It looks like he maintained possession. Great catch, Joshua Palmer. I say this is a touchdown. Outtrots the official. Palmer talking to Allen.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So that was just them doing their due diligence, and the touchdown will stand. This to make it 7-3. Snap, spot, kick. It's all good. And again, Harrison Smith right up on the kicker. I don't know if that's a troll move or what, but there it is. Back in the 3-4. Single back is Eckler. Turn, it is a give to him. He'll be brought down. Fumble the football, and it goes right into the hands of a lineman. So a fumble by Jordan Hicks. Forced, rather. Take a look at it. Oh, Eric Hendricks will come in and punch it out, but it goes right into the hands of the offensive lineman, and he scoops it, saving the turnover. So 2nd and 16 now, Minnesota. See what they want to do. They're playing press across the board. Herbert shotgun. Gets the snap, throws left, out of bounds, incomplete. Or throws right, rather, my goodness. I mean, it's a little disorienting where we're situated here. Hard to call these passes, so. Here we go, we do it again. 3rd and long. Worst case scenario, it's a field goal attempt. As Herbert throws middle, caught. Keenan Allen down to the 2. Dantzler in coverage, not able to keep up. I don't blame him there. Keenan Allen is their best weapon. So Herbert from the gun, Eckler to his right. It's the snap. Looking right, throwing, caught, touchdown, Eckler. So Austin Eckler will score, and Minnesota quickly down 10-11 pending the kick. I'm not sure who that is off to that left side. Oh, it's Murphy Bunting who gave up the coverage. Okay. So Sean Murphy Bunting will give up the coverage just to make it a 14-3 game. Snap. Spot kick, it's all good, it's all perfect. No rush to speak of, and now Kevin O'Connell looking at the defensive coordinator like, what the hell's going on, man? What are you doing? So now Minnesota needing something, anything here to get this momentum back on their side. Richardson, it is a play action. He's got a man. That's Justin Jefferson, left side, right side rather, gets out of bounds. And there's the point. My heavens. So JJ's first catch is a big one, going for 36. See if we can get the replay. Yes, we do. So prior to this pass, Minnesota not really able to get much going, apart from that big Cook run in the first, on the first drive rather, to be a 52 to make it 14-6. So Joey Sly. Kick is away, and it's perfect. So there you have it, 14-6. We'll see as Harrison Phillips will drop back into coverage. The big linebacker goes back into coverage for the Vikings, and Eckler goes down. It's Jaquelin Roy. Another sack on the season for the rookie, and Harrison Phillips actually stuck with the receiver. Maybe it was a tight end. We're going to go back and take a look, but not taking anything from Jaquelin Roy's sack. Harrison Phillips in coverage. I mean, he's not a linebacker. He's a defensive end. So there he is right here in the middle of the formation. Well, he kind of gets turned around, but at that point, it doesn't matter. And fan line screaming out, miss the kick, miss the kick. Let's see if they do. 4th and 20. Watch the fake. Kick is away. Sneaks in on the bottom right corner. And the kick is good, but that thing really lost steam quick. I mean, that barely made it. Richardson trying to get him to jump. The safeties move. Gets the snap. He's got a man left side. It's JJ. Justin Jefferson. And we'll see a gritty here in Minnesota. He's waiting, opening his hands like, where is everybody? And we get a gritty. And we'll get you next gen stats. I do believe JJ. That is his 10th, 11th touchdown on the year. Anyway, reaching a top speed of 22 miles an hour. So how many times have we seen this? When you scheme for it like Atlanta did, he's held to under 100 yards. So Joey, weird snap corralled, sneaks into the right side, 17-13. But when you don't scheme for that and you bring the safety down, Anthony Richardson and Kirk Cousins at the end of the season last year, they're going to go to that. And the defensive coordinator giving a talking to, presumably saying, hey, I told you not to do this one thing, and you get burned by JJ. So we get it gritty indeed. I know y'all can't see it, but fan line's coming alive here, as are the Vikings. So 12:53 left to go in the first half. Herbert, like he has been all game from the shotgun. And it's Murphy Bunting with the pick. Murphy Bunting will go down to the 11. And Minnesota has just turned the key on Sean Murphy Bunting. After giving up the big catch, comes back on this drive. Skull Chance will rain down, cutting off Williams, and what an offseason signing for them. And oh my gosh, can we get another, please? I get Dalvin's really good this season, but can we get another stat? Please. So Justin Jefferson in the proverbial zone, as the kids would say. And in motion it is, going to Jefferson. That pesky end around that doesn't seem to work outside of the red zone, and it's not going to work here today. So let's go. So the pick, firing up the Vikings fans in the stadium and on fan line. Richardson from the gun, turns, gives it to Cook. Cook will try and squeeze through. They're not going to get it. They're going no huddle. And we'll see what Richardson has planned here. Talking to the offensive line, gets the snap. Short throw. Big, close window for Thielen. Big catch. And the defense will close quicker than maybe Richardson thought they would. So anyway, Joey Sly on to make this a 1-point game. Got to take your points here in the NFL. We've learned that often. Joey Sly will kick us within 17-16. So a good throw. Adam Thielen, one of the best catch and coverage receivers in the NFL this season, and he just couldn't shed that first tackle. So the allure. And again, Eckler. Big hit, fumble, get that, and he does! Finally, Harrison Smith forces a fumble. And I was going to say the big allure of that 4-3 defense is that big hole in the middle that's usually plugged up by Kendricks. And Dantzler will pick up the fumble, giving Minnesota the ball back. Mr. Jarrett there. My heavens. Snap. Throws. Caught. Touchdown. Keenan Allen. So, a weird turn of events. We couldn't even get a stop. They did not force a second down at all. And Allen will dance for the Vikings fans or for the Chargers fans. And double coverage just broke down. There it is. It's to make it 24-16. Snap. Kick is away. It is good. And for the Vikings, who usually get one or two blocks this season, they have yet to have one. Talk about something. And here we go. So Dalvin Cook sent out left as a wide receiver. Slot left. Richardson empty setback. Gets the snap. Got a man. Please. JJ caught. Touchdown. Second gritty of the day. And they use Dalvin Cook as a pick. The pick and roll with Dalvin Cook. And the motioning and just everything going pregame with that, or pre-snap with that play. And Joey Bosa might have been held there. And just a perfect placement, and we get our second gritty of the day. My heavens. So this to make it 1 point again. 2:20 left to go in the first half. Kick is away. It is good. So the Chargers are flabbergasted. We're flabbergasted on how you let that happen again. And here we go. Minnesota's pass rush not getting to Herbert. This is a good offensive line. Flushed, throws, touchdown, caught, my goodness, Keenan Allen. And just as I was about ready to say that, he does the Ric Flair woo, and my goodness, Harrison Phillips almost had a sack. So, flushed. And I don't know why Dantzler gets off of his man. Why are you coming back? You think Justin Herbert's going to run for that first down? So, momentary lapse of judgment for Cameron Dantzler, who leads this team in picks. And now, the lead is back up. Ooh, to 18. Or 8, rather. Sorry. Minnesota. It's the snap. Okay, he'll go down, no throw, and okay, so weird ending to the first half, and Minnesota will get the ball back down 8. Here's the first half numbers, and interesting no throw there. Here's your halftime report. We take a look at other teams around the league. Oh my heavens, we go out east way, and big game in Green Bay, or in Chicago, and Green Bay smothers the Bears. Rodgers with 4 touchdowns in that one. Justin Fields throwing a pick, and Juju picking up the lone Justin Fields touchdown. In Seattle, it was a close one, or was a close one at one point. Los Angeles running away with this one. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdowns to Akers and Jefferson. And then we go just a little south to Nevada and Las Vegas. Up 7 at the half against the Ravens. My heavens. And hello and welcome back up into the booth. Anthony Richardson. First half QB rating of 130. He was 15 for 19. That was 78% completion percentage for those of you that didn't know. Excuse me, didn't know how to do math. Must have been this Minnesota, or simply didn't look over here. 229 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the 1 mistake throwing behind Hawkinson. So there you go. 11 carries for Dalvin, 45 yards. A couple broken tackles for him. Anthony Richardson took it once for 3. Nobody cares about, we are in the receiving, sorry. Tyler Johnson, 4 catches, 27 yards, no touches. Justin Jefferson, 4 catches, 160, and 2 touchdowns here in this one. Adam Thielen, 3 for 18. TJ Hawkinson, 2 for 26. So there you go. You got TH, you got TJ, you got JJ, and you got TJ. So wow. Nobody cares about blocking. We're going to go to defense and look at total tackles, and it's Harrison Smith leading the team with 10, Hicks with 8, Scene with 6. Just got back there one time. Jaquelin Roy, 1 sack. We picked off Herbert once, Sean Murphy bunting, and that is about it.
6 is now following.
Hey, we appreciate the follow. Thank you. Forced fumble. We got a couple. Harrison Smith, Eric Hendricks. We got only one of them back by Cam Dantzler, who just blew the coverage on the Keenan Allen touchdown. We're going to have to play him a little bit tighter. No safeties, no touchdowns for your Minnesota Vikings in the first half. Joey Sly, 3 for 3, 2 for 2 on extra points, longest of 52 on the day. My heavens. Hunter Nicewander, 1 for 33, netting 33. So no returns allowed here this evening. Or this afternoon, about to be the evening. Minnesota Vikings will receive the second half kick, and we will resume football here momentarily. This has been a Randy replay. See you in just a minute. And as we come back, so Minnesota has a big opportunity, down 8. Wangwu from the 2, it looks like. It's a big opening in Wangwu. Wangwu down the middle, angling to the right, no flags, and this will be the first touchdown received as he gives a peace sign to the Chargers. And what a start to the second half. What is he doing? He is strutting on the, oh my goodness, he went through Josh Metellus. And Wangwu takes it to the house to begin the second half. So the first kickoff or punt return in this franchise happens in year 2, week 5. Nelly. And Kevin O'Connell keeping the, well, no, he's not really keeping the offense out there. He's sending the offense out there, wanting to go for 2. Richardson throws, JJ Way, caught, that's good! Justin Jefferson, we get another gritty, this time the 2-point variety. And this game is all tied up with one foul swoop of a kicker's leg. What a pinpoint precision pass. JJ 360 no scope. Booyaka. So Minnesota moving some pieces around here defensively. Herbert on the shotgun. They send the pressure. It's not a run, and there's a flag. And my heavens. Josh Palmer. We'll see if this one's coming back, though. Typically on these plays, you see holding. And that is exactly what you'll see. They'll do it again, 2nd and 4. So costing the team a touchdown. Here we go. Harrison Smith will come down. Herbert, shotgun. Short throw caught. And giving Everett some cushion here is Jordan Hicks. So Gerald Everett will make the catch. Minnesota will pinch their defense. Short throw across the middle, caught. Down to the 2 now is, oh my heavens, Eckler, and they just don't have an option. They don't have an answer. So 1st and goal, I formation. They got the fullback out there, 2 tight ends. Hicks tries to judge. He's not going to get it. Eckler, not Eckler. There's a flag. We'll check it. And it's holding on the offense again, so this will push them back 5. 1st and goal at the 12 now. Hicks and Dye will start in the A-gap. They'll spread out now. Herbert, that was Eckler on the last play. Here's the Eckler again. Big hit, fumble, get the ball. And Troy Dye gets his own fumble, and he gets taken down at the 10. So Troy Dye forces and recovers an Eckler fumble. Oh, my heavens. And Skull Chance will rain down. Minnesota gets the ball back. What he wants to do here, Richardson, shotgun, Cook to his left. Gets the snap. He's burned him again. It's JJ left side all the way down to the 35. Hey, that rhymed. Are we not going to? There's the point. Just a different variety. And Justin Jefferson again. How many times are we going to see this? Very, very Randy Moss-like. Originating the term "you got mossed," and I think JJ is keeping it alive here in the NFL this season. My goodness. Tyler Johnson now. So this to make it 34-31. Joey Sly. Kick is away and angles in. And there you have it. Joey Sly kicking Minnesota to the lead. But, I mean, Minnesota fans, myself included, were a little bit worried about that score. This keeps the clock moving. You love to see it, but my goodness. Daniil Hunter will get back there for the sack, and he would not be denied. Ah! My heavens. So just shoving linemen out of the way. Another sack. Harrison Phillips and Dalvin Tomlinson were there as well. Harrison Phillips drops back into coverage. And a short throw, left side. No, he will not get it. So needed 14, they get 12, and they'll go for a field goal from the logo. So this is a long field goal missed from a similar range in the first. The snap, the spot, the kick, no good, wide or left. And it will go underneath the fabric into those seats, and my goodness. This one was even worse than the first. This interior here now hasn't had a big run since the one there at the end of the first half, but my goodness, he's going to get there. Here's a throw. It's JJ on that hook route. And when we see it, there it is. The patented JJ point, 6 catches, 227, and a couple touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. And the head coach wants a flag. I don't know what for. And we're seeing JJ just continue to build it. Anthony Richardson loves what he sees. Did he change his helmet? He might have changed his helmet midway through the game. Can we go back? I wonder if Anthony Richardson on one of those sacks, yeah, he's wearing a different helmet. Anthony Richardson, maybe his helmet got a little damaged, who knows, but he's wearing a very generic helmet. We'll have to take a look at that. But nonetheless, here we go. Richardson from the shotgun gets the snap. Nobody there. It's going to be a flag, but I mean, what do you do?
Intentional grounding. Offense.
It is what it is. I mean, what else would you do? You can't take the sack. I mean, you'd be in a better spot on the field, but my goodness. Here we go. Richardson from the shotgun gets the snap. It is a throw. Caught. No, drop. Tyler Johnson, another key drop on a big play. And that would have given us amazing field position. And Richardson has to go back to the proverbial well. Kind of make this thing easier for Joey Sly unless we want to go for it. Richardson, shotgun, snap. Throws, incomplete, intended for Cook or maybe Hawkinson. 2 receivers in the area, and Minnesota fans, despite being up, don't like it. I don't know. It is part of the game, and we've seen that a couple times from the kid. So Joey Sly. A 53-yard attempt. Snap. Spot kick. It's good. And there is another injury timeout. Brian O'Neill, who was out for this game, comes back in on special teams. Why? So Brian O'Neill gets injured when he's out of the game. I don't understand. New set of downs. So moving some players around. Lewisine will go over top. Throws, caught, touchdown. And Gerald Everett will score for the Chargers. Oh boy. So this to make it a 1-point game again. Snap, spot, kick. It's all good. 38-37 Chargers. Another third down. So 3rd and 6 now. Richardson from the gun. Gets the snap. Looking. Taking off. Richardson tiptoeing. Holds onto the ball. He gets it. So the play broke down. We do believe the intended or the go-to guy was Hawkinson to the right. Right here, breaks down. He leaves the pocket. Senses the pressure. He looks. And who is that? You got Tyler Johnson waving for the ball. That will slow up. And if you're number 69, if you're Joseph Day, you are not catching Anthony Richardson, and he knows it. He kind of angles a little bit too far. Gets into that weird tiptoe and then just holds on to the ball. So Richardson gets it with his feet once again. And here we go. Richardson under center for this one. Stays in bounds, so the clock will continue to run. Dalvin again. Spin, moves off a block. Sheds another tackle. Gets up 7. That is exactly where Joey Bosa will bring him down at the 18. So Richardson under center. Dalvin Cook behind him in the single back. Of course, Minnesota, we keep saying it, runs it out of this formation more times than anybody in the NFL. Tyler Johnson, man in motion. Tyler Johnson looking to gain the edge. Tyler Johnson gains the edge, angles towards the pylon. Boom! Out at the 1, no touchdown. He signals first down. Kevin O'Connell likes what he sees. Can we take another look at this thing? Tyler Johnson gaining the edge. Just outside the pylon. You got to change your hands there if you're Johnson. So first and goal, I formation out at the 1. Even though he went out of bounds, the clock continues to run. Richardson tries to get him to jump. Not going to happen. There's the give. Dalvin behind CJ Ham gets in. So Dalvin will score. Touchdown Minnesota. The baseball jump in the back of the end zone. We don't have a good look. Dalvin's dancing. Can we please change cameras? So behind CJ Ham, Dalvin will score. And another touchdown for him right there. And then Dalvin does like a dance. And wow, what a game. So the coach wants to go for 2. And of course, Minnesota will keep the offense out there. So the 2-point conversion. Minnesota sending Dalvin wide left, or slot left as a wide receiver. Gets the snap. Leaves the pocket. Throws. Tyler Johnson snags it away from the defender, Joey Bosa. And Tyler Johnson will score the 2-point conversion on an absolute missile launched. I do believe he stayed in bounds. We'll take a look at the feet. There you have it. He did step out, but it was after the catch was made. And Kevin O'Connell, 2 for 2 on 2-point conversions here this evening. 2nd and 1. Herbert is a Jaquelin Roy sack. Another one. He was not fooled. Does 5 jumping jacks, and there you go, Jaquelin. Get your 2nd for the day. And that'll force the 3rd down. Ooh, maybe got away with a horse collar. He did have that right arm hooked inside the jersey, it appears. Either way, Minnesota forces a 3rd and 7. This is the most important 3rd down of the game. And here we go. Minnesota 1 safety back. And it's a run. They run it. And Lewis Seen and Daniil Hunter will team up to bring down Eckler. Trying to catch the Vikings off guard. They were in single coverage across the board. The QB draw did not work. And we force a punt. So Minnesota has a big opportunity. Please watch the fake. And Cook back to punt. The punt is realized as a real punt. And Dan Chisena looks like he'll get some room here. So the speedy wide receiver trying to juke out a defender, not going to work. We can make this a 9-point game, so a 2-score. From 46, Joey, please make this. Snap, spot kick. It's good. 48 to, sorry, a 10-point game. 48 to 38 now. I don't know why I thought that was going to be 2 points. But it is now a 10-point game. And we'll see what Minnesota can do here. 6:44 left to play, down to the wire. A team we've never beaten. Preseason, regular season, postseasons, or the Super Bowl in the Chargers. And here we go. Herbert, who has just played stellar today. Minus the one pick. So Minnesota will bring Harrison Smith down. More than likely to play double coverage against Keenan Allen. That's exactly what happens, and he still gets the ball. Touchdown Chargers late. He still gets the ball. And this to make it a 3-point game. Snap, spot. Almost runs into the kicker, but it's good. So a 3-pointer here in Minnesota. Minnesota playing the onside. They're not going to go for it. 2:24 left to go. They're doing a full kickoff. Minnesota was fooled. Wong will let it go. And it will bounce into the first row. Souvenir for the fans. So, in case you were wondering, Dalvin Cook today, 118 yards. No receiving yards, just all on the ground for Minnesota. Richardson gets the snap. He's got a man left. Please hit him. He does. That could be 1,000 yards. Justin Jefferson. That will just about seal the deal. And I do believe that is the 1,000 yards on the season. We will get an official number. Oh, what was he at halftime? He needed 40. What was he at halftime? Shoot. Or no, he needed 70, didn't he? I'm going to say he got it. Yeah. Okay. I got to go back in there. Gosh darn it. 3, 2, 1. And we will get an official number. Yes, it looks like Justin Jefferson has eclipsed 1,000 yards. According to my sources here in the booth, Justin Jefferson 1,000 yards with that catch, 264 and 2 in this one, off 7 catches, and Anthony Richardson and the Minnesota Vikings will finally, pending any weirdness, of course, defeat the Chargers here in Minnesota. This one goes to Dalvin. Dalvin cutting through. Dalvin, not Dalvin, cutting through, and now the countdown will begin as we just need one more first down. Put this thing away. We really don't, but here we go. Bring it under a minute if you're Minnesota. This one is to Dalvin. Hold on to the ball. He does. First down. That is it. Minnesota just needs to run one more play, and Dalvin getting hit when he was down. Defense likes it, and here we go. Our favorite play in the entire playbook. Victory formation here today for Minnesota. Richardson will take a knee. He gets shoved, but that is the end of the game. The game is over. Let's count it down, ladies and gentlemen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, victory. Skull chance will rain down as your team goes to 4-1. And the final horn will sound. This place is rocking. And there you go. Man of the hour, Justin Jefferson. Of course, Anthony Richardson, no slump in this one either, passing just south of 400 yards. So welcome back into the booth. We're going to get these player stats out of the way. We will get you on your way and back to the main screen where we will preview next week's game. Finally, the bugaboo is off our back. The Vikings take care of business against the Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers of Anaheim in this one. Anthony Richardson improved upon his, well, not really, just a little bit. 120 QB rating to end the game, 120.3 to be exact. He was 22 for 31. That is 70% completion percentage. For those of you that didn't know how to do math or simply didn't look over here. A quarterback high for this whole franchise. In a half or full for a full game. 70% completion percentage. Making the plays that the defense gives us. The curse is broken. Yes, indeed. You can't see it, but Fanline is saying that the curse is broken, and hopefully that will continue if this team makes the postseason. 380 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. You made that. You have the one mistake. You threw it behind TJ. Seems to be remedied there. He broke the multiple interception bug, but he does still have a lot this season. Double digits for the rookie. Dalvin Cook, 30 carries, full day's worth of work, 143 and a touchdown. Anthony Richardson, 4 for 33. TJ, Tyler Johnson, 1 for 18. Receiving, Justin Jefferson, 7 catches, 264, 2 touchdowns, and he eclipses 1,000 for the season. We are fact checking that as we speak, but according to my sources, that is what is happening. Averaging 37 yards per catch. Wow. Adam Thielen, 5 for 37. Tyler Johnson, 5 for 32. Sorry, there we go. TJ Hawkinson, 3 for 49 in his second game in purple. And then Dalvin Cook, 2 for -2 on that broken screen. Nobody cares about blocking. Gonna go to defense and look at total tackles. And it's Harrison Smith, Jordan Hicks, and Lewis Seen entering the final quarter, and well, not entering the final quarter, entering the final buzzer or whistle, whatever you want to call it, with 14, 13, and 12 respectively. I haven't. We are reeling over that win. We're going to Disney World for sure. Eric Hendricks ends the game in 8. Sean Murphy Bunting ends the game with 7. Danzler and Dye with 6. Roy, Hunter, and Boo Jr. with 4. Tackles for loss, we had a bunch. Jaquelin Roy with 3, Daniil Hunter with 2, Troy Dye, Lewis Seen each with 1. Sacks, we got back there 3 times today. Jaquelin Roy, rookie, mind you, got 2 in this one, and Daniil Hunter gets his today. Sean Murphy Bunting, the only cornerback with a pick. Pass deflections, we only had 1 by Zadarius. My heavens. Forced fumbles, we had 3. Troy Dye, Harrison Smith, Eric Hendricks, recovered by Troy Dye and Cameron Danzler. No block kicks, no safeties, no defensive touchdowns for your Minnesota Vikings today. Joey Sly came in clutch again, 6 for 6, longest of 53, 2 for 2 on extra points. So he's had this theme so far this season where he's got a bad game, a good game, a bad game there in Atlanta. Now he has a good game here. He doinked one in Atlanta. He missed a couple extra points, and today he's perfect. So next week, we're kind of hoping this remains, but that has been the course so far. He's due for a bad game next week. Knock on wood, as you hear it. Nice Wander only punted once today. On paper, you'd think that's a dominating effort, but it is not. They had us reeling, and a lot of third downs faced today, but we're in field goal range for Joey Sly, and that's the importance of having a kicker with a big leg here in the NFL, especially modern day. But anyway, Nice Wander 1 had it shanked off his foot for 33 yards, netting 33. No touchbacks. Yeah, it's just a bad punt, so a rarity there for Nice Wander. Kene Nwangwu, what a day for him. 7 kick returns, 233, longest of 98. I do believe that is the longest kick return of the season. And the touchdown to open up the second half really put the momentum back on our side for those first couple drives there in the second half. So my goodness, great day for him. Hans Jacena, 1 punt, 10 returns, 10 yards, return yardage for 10. Oh, yes, 10. We're falling apart here. This win has got us saying things. 1 punt, return, 10 yards. My heavens. So here we go. 48-45, Minnesota pulls out the dub or the victory. Victory Royale. But we have to take this with a grain of salt because we go northwest after this one. And in that very, very hostile 12th man Seahawks environment. So if I'm still employed at that time, we'll see. This has been a presentation of the NFL and the SSN. Said presentation cannot be rebroadcast, redistributed, or reused without the express written consent of the NFL, the SSN, or any of its subsidiaries. This has been Randy Replay. We'll see you in the main screen in just a moment. And hello and welcome back to the main screen. We do have all of the games locked, but we do have an injury. We're going to take a look. And it's Brian O'Neill. Abdominal tear, still out for 4 weeks. Did he re-injure it? I'm not sure what happened there. He came in for a special teams play, and he hurt himself again, so I don't know what. We'll have to talk to Kevin O'Connell about that next week. Either way, let's advance the week. And we'll preview next week's game against the Seattle Seahawks, or the Seattle Super Chickens, as we like to call them. Now, what's going on down here? Okay, so we got some news. Cardinals have signed Josh Proctor from the practice squad. The Broncos have signed Carlo Kemp from our practice squad. The Commanders have signed Viridian Lowe, left guard, from the practice squad. And the Browns have signed Chaz Surratt, somebody that Randy Replay likes, from the practice squad. And Greg Bennett signs with the Browns. So the Browns snipe Chaz Surratt and Greg Bennett from the practice squad. And you hate to see it. You really do. Oh, boy. That's unfortunate. So the Minnesota Vikings can sign 5 free agents to the practice squad. Yucky. That is not good. So with the win, Minnesota climbs to 4-1 and now being hosted by the Seattle Seahawks, who are 2-3. They're at Lumen Field. They're hungry for a win. And I don't know what's going on with the standings. Apparently they're not showing. So all the games from last week were a lock. And we will take a look at the games from last week. We knew about the Heartbreakers, the Bills beating, rather. Oh, no, that's the Broncos. Sorry. Oh, my goodness. We knew about the Bills beating the Eagles in a nail biter and then having a heartbreaker in Denver. So after a 3-game away stands, they finally have a bye week, and then they're away for 2. So it doesn't get any easier. They will end the season with a bunch of road games, only 3 in the last 5 out of the last. Quick math, Randy. Come on, you got this. Oh, hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 5 out of the last 13 are away games, making 8 at home. So there you go. Wait, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Yes, it does, because they've only had 1 home game. Oh my goodness, the schedule is trash for the Bills. They've only had 1 home game. I was like, there's no way that could be true. Oh my heavens. Okay, so tough sledding for the Bills, having to win on the road 5 straight. Or at least, yeah, anyway. Well, heartbreaker in Denver, and they get the bye week finally. We pull in a couple weeks, and then the Falcons, what do they got going on this week? Take a look. Of course, they beat up on the Aints 42-18. They beat the Vikings. They destroy Detroit. I don't know if they're ever going to come back from that one. And then here you have it. They have the Aints again. So we hope that the Aints are ready for what is about to happen. They have a late bye week, week 12. So there you go. For the Minnesota Vikings, as you see at the top of your screen here momentarily, we play the excuse me, the Seahawks, and then we're back home again in front of our home team crowd for week number 7. Now the division standings show up. That's funny. Against the Green Bay Packers, and then that's it for the Green Bay Packers. So we have a chance to sweep and go 2-2 against them in the franchise. A week 8 bye, and then week number 9, we are in Tampa. And then let's kind of see what we're looking for, or what we're looking at for the fan appreciation game. That's not what I wanted. So it's always the home game after the bye week, and that will be week number 11 against the Broncos. So there you have it. Week number 11, fan appreciation week. After the bye week, we have the Bucks and the Lions away. And then we come home against the Broncos. So that'll be a good game against Mr. Unlimited. Once again, your Minnesota Vikings victorious at home against the team that just always gives us problems, whether it be in the regular season, the preseason, the postseason, or the Super Bowl. There you have it. Finally, the curse is broken. We're going to Disney World, 48-45. Minnesota etches out a victory. We lose some players on the practice squad, from the practice squad, but we'll get those filled. We'll go over that next week and everything. Minnesota Vikings versus Seattle Seahawks. This has been Randy Replay. Wait for it. See you in the next one.